boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the old family farm here in Farming Simulator 19 with me, CWATTYESO, and of course our beautiful farmer, Delores Flofflebotham. It is the morning after the harvest. We're about to sort out what it is we're actually going to sell. I did get the canola harvested off camera. 36,790 litres of the canola was what we got off the field 2 and 5. And the reason I'm telling you that now is so I don't forget the number later on in the episode. I've been trying to remember that number all night long off camera so I could give you that information at the start of this video. So we're going to sell some crop, of course. How are the horses looking? Are they ready to sell? Near enough. 94%. I said we'd sell the horses today, so I think that's what we'll do. And as I say, we'll get some stuff sold. Where's the best prices for stuff? What have we got? Well, we've got a lot of canola, so we could probably sell some of that at the rail line. We've got a little bit of barley, which again we could probably sell at the rail line. It's looking a bit like the rail line is the place to go all the time. Bay, hay and feed really needs to step up its price game. They're getting a little bit too stingy. Right. What else do I want to quickly mention before we get heavily into the video? If the sound... Right, here's the thing. If the sound on this video sounds any different than previous videos, if, like I say, my microphone volume is way louder than it's ever usually been, or something like that, be sure to go ahead and thank Microsoft. They did a... Windows update yesterday, and I'm now rocking the, what is it, 1809 or something like that build of Windows 10 Pro. As a result, when my computer restarted, as is always the case, all the sound settings had changed and Windows had put everything back to what it felt I should be running everything at, and using what outputs and inputs it wanted to use rather than what I actually use. And also it decided to remove all my virtual audio cables and inputs and outputs, which obviously I use with my mixer to try and balance the sound better in everything. So I apologise, like I say, if this episode does sound different. I really ought to write down all my settings and keep them somewhere close by to my PC. Things like my Yeti volume settings going into the input particularly, because that's probably the key one, because obviously when it rebooted it was set at 100 for volume, and I never have my Yeti that high. So I think I've got it around about 75 at the minute, but obviously the Yeti feeds into the mixer, and then the mixer outputs the Yeti onto a completely different channel altogether, which is set at 100. But the mixer applies obviously all the equalizer settings and compression and noise gate and everything like that. So it's much better than just using the Yeti natively on its own. But we'll see. Hopefully it shouldn't sound too different. I did a little test last night, a little experiment, briefly and quickly, but there's no way to really tell until I start recording videos and start getting user feedback. And obviously if I do any streams, wow, I can't wait to see what OBS thinks of the setting changes that Windows made. Don't know why Windows needs to mess with stuff like that. I really don't in this day and age. Why it resets all your settings. Leave them be, Microsoft. Right, so I'm going to sell 2 trailer loads of canola, and then we'll do a trailer load of barley, and then we'll get the horses sold, and we'll get some replacements, and we'll start getting them obviously worked up, and then we'll see where we are financially. Hence why I'm keeping the hood turned off at this point in time, because I want to see where the money is all in one surprise hit. How are we doing on the egg front? We've got 2 full pallets. We could maybe sell some eggs today as well. Every little bit of profit helps, doesn't it? Right, so we'll take some more canola. And like I say, we'll then come back and we'll do the barley run. And we'll sell off the horses, get them replaced with some fresh livestock. And then we'll see where we are money-wise. Delores hopes she can pay off that loan today. That is the big thing. If we can get that loan repaid, then that's going to be a big help going forward, because that's 150 grand that we don't need to be outlaying ever again. And then we're in full positive money brackets, which means we can focus on making money. Like I say, we'd like to buy some fields. Hopefully today is the day we buy some fields. Field 8 would be nice. And then that gets this side of the map fully sewed up and on Dolores's books. And if we've got any more money after that, we can sell a bit more. We can buy a bit more. Obviously the ultimate goal, like I said in the last video, is to have fields 1, 4, 8 and 9. With possibly, depending how we go, fields 10 and 11 thrown in as well. But we shall see. So obviously 10 and 11 here would be quite good, especially if we ploughed them together and made one really long field. We could probably get some good yield of crop off of that. Right, let's go get out 1 trailer load of barley, and then we are done with this for the time being. We've got some straw to sell as well, of course. I just put in the hay loft for the time being, after I collected it off camera. So we'll sell some of that today. We'll probably take advantage and use our own farm shop to sell the straw. We'll probably make a little bit more money for it. Because this place, this shop here definitely stinges you. It definitely stinges you when you sell stuff to it. So if I can cut them out of the process and sell to these fine ladies and gentlemen directly from my own farm shop, then that's even better for Delores. We get the barley going in. Very nice. Off we go. So, like I say, we'll go and get one trailer load of straw and put into our own sell point, our own farm shop. Which I've added a custom-made placeable to. I was having a play in the editor trying to figure out how to make stuff, and I made just a simple little decoration item, which goes really well with the farm shop sell point thing. So I've put it in, I've added it, and we'll see it in a moment. You've probably seen it already. Look at that up. One trailer load of straw. Should keep the yokels quite happy. So, just took a normal tank, put a lovely little decoration object on it and a base. It's where the people can come and buy their straw from. You know. I just wanted to have a bit of a play with the Giants editor over the weekend and try and figure some bits and bobs out, because you know, it would be nice if I could. I've always been intrigued in modding, and that's for any game, whether it be Skyrim, obviously Fallout, games that I've played in the past that were very heavily modified. Obviously when I used to play Ark, that was heavily modified. So it's always been an interest to me, and obviously the Giants editor, how that works. So I had a bit of a weekend where I was just playing around learning how to import objects and set them up and create mods from scratch basically, and it's, you know, it was quite interesting. Right, horses, you are going to be sold, but we must remember we've got to buy the new ones first. So how many have we got? We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got one of each then. So we'll buy one. Okay, we've got to sell a couple first. One, 2, 3, 4. So we want a bay, black, seal brown, and done. Confirm. Hopefully that hasn't messed up the horse pen. Hopefully everything's still pretty good. Yeah. Water, straw, oats and hay are all fine. How's the piggies doing? The pigs are getting through stuff very quickly because they are multiplying quite rapidly. Okay. They're going to want some straw. The chickens are going to want some wheat and barley. They're multiplying quite rapidly too. Right. So after all of that, financially, how are we looking? We're looking at 511,801. Wow. We're definitely repaying the loan then. That's done. What about fields? What can we buy? We'll check the growth stages. Right, so nothing growing on that. That's 107,000, field 8. We'll buy field 8 then. That leaves us 289,000 at this point. What's growing on field 1? Sunflowers. You know what? I'm going to buy that. It's only 75 grand. I'll buy it. What about the one down here? That's 114 for 4 and 9. We'll buy it. Problem is, I probably should have checked what was growing on those, because we've got a crop here. Oh God, we've got sugar beet growing on both of those. That's no good for us. We're going to need to be ploughing that in then, unfortunately, because we don't do sugar beet harvesting, do we? But that means I should get to work doing my big expansion plans. Because obviously we said previously that I was going to plough these 3 fields together to make one big field. I'm just going to plough this field. So all 3 of these fields will go together. Have to take out some trees, unfortunately. But that's not going to be too much of a hassle. We can do that, and it'd be nice to get the wood chips and stuff from them, which we can sell. Right, we want to we're going to need to harvest those sunflowers then. So we may as well do that fairly quickly. It gives you a chance to test out that new corn header, doesn't it, that we got? That new corn header that we haven't used yet. Despite buying it. So park him there. Get the combine. Right, leave the header there because we don't need that one. And we'll go get our fancy new one. I'll unfold the harvester now before I forget. Gotta remember where I parked it. Over here, behind the vehicle shed. So this is wider than the previous header, which was only 6 meters. So this one should, in theory, allow me to harvest the crop a lot quicker. Providing this harvester has got the horsepower to do it. Seems to be able to cope. Another thing we need to get today, or I need to buy today, is a shovel. A bucket for the front loader, so I can actually start emptying the manure out of the piggies, from the piggies, so we can start selling that. I'm not going to sell this corn, by the way, because obviously I realise that would break my rule about buying a field that a farmer has put a ton of work into and making profit off it. So the corn that we harvest off this field will go in the silo and be used exclusively for feeding the pigs. It would be wrong to sell it. So I probably need to lease a tractor next with a PTO option, so we can get the lease a brook, so we can take down the trees. And then we can get the fields all nicely, properly ploughed and stuff, which would be useful. Like I say, make this into one big field, and it will be a big field. We can definitely get our crop yields up, start obviously harvesting a lot more crops. Well, big game freeze there, game stutter. Wonder if that'll come across on the recording. I've noticed as well on my PC after that Windows update last night, everything's just a little bit slower today, a little bit sluggish. When I click on things, it just takes a moment or two longer for stuff to open. Which shouldn't really ever be an issue for me, because obviously I'm running full SSDs throughout my system, but everything's just, it's like the system just takes a few seconds longer now to think about stuff, you know. I'm a bit not sure why. I've updated a lot of my drivers as well, so I'll have to see how things work there. I know one of the driver updates I got yesterday was for my obviously my my SATA things, my Intel storage controller thingy. That's had an update. And I wonder if that may be why things are just a little bit slower. Who knows? Doesn't seem to affect me too much once I'm in-game. The stuff's running, but obviously did have that one little hitch there. So wow, we had a big day today. Being able to clear the loan, buy all the fields, and still have 99 grand in the bank. Delores has done well for herself. Like I say, once we get a little bit more... Come on, Delores, concentrate. Don't miss bits. Could be quite interesting. There's a few trees we probably could nip out. Don't think any down here are going to pose as a problem. Maybe that one there next to the water. But again, the water's probably going to pose as a problem before any of that. The good thing is, by at least putting the fields together, and obviously we're going to gain a bit of field size to the right there on fields 4 and 9, if worst comes to worst, I can always take the top off this field, take the headland off, and make sure I've got plenty of room for vehicles to turn around at the top with whatever equipment they've got attached. Same down the bottom there near the I assume that's the animal dealer area down there. If those fir trees need to be removed, then they will be sacrificed. So these fields, once they're ploughed, I will, like I say, once I've merged them together, I'm going to obviously plough the whole lot. This field will need ploughing anyway because it's had sunflowers on it. We'll probably need to lime. Well, we'll definitely need to lime any new areas that I create, so I might as well do the whole fields in one go. Makes sense, doesn't it? And then we know the field's good. And you'll notice I'm not using GPS to do this, I'm just doing this purely freehand, this harvest. Oh, careful not to run into the crops, Delores. Got to turn the John Deere off. Been sat there burning fuel for no reason. Putting more wear on it, on the engine. We're up to 13.1 hours now. So there's 10,000, another 10, so we're at 20,000 litres of corn. I will turn it off this time. Which again is not bad for this field. Some weeds there, look. Don't know if the farmer took them out before he let the crop grow. So that'll be another thing for us to keep an eye on. We can't really take these fields as being, what we're yielding off these fields as being gospel, because obviously we don't know how well looked after the fields were by the previous farmer. Whether he'd got everything to the correct status, you know, he'd got the lime applied, he'd got 2 lots of fertilisation, whether he'd weeded, you know, there's no telling. So we're not going to worry about numbers too much off of this field. The true measure comes when obviously we've worked it ourselves and we've got everything put at the right level. So what did we get? 24,000 litres? I think. We can fold the head up. That's not going to be a problem. We'll go put the header back. We'll fold the harvester. got a wonderful new batch of horses. Where to park the combine? I think we'll just park him here for now. I'm not going to take him back and put him on that other header. We'll just leave him here. Right. Tab back to the John Deere, which has got 24,000 litres. Right, first of all, let's check the pigs. Do they need feeding any corn? Yeah, they need a bit. So what we'll do is we'll take this over to the pigs, top them up. And then we'll put the rest in the... this is not corn, is it? It's sunflowers. What am I on about? Still, the pigs need sunflowers, so we best feed them sunflowers. And like I say, we'll go and have a look at the tree situation. We've got a chainsaw. But that's not going to be a problem. It's going to be pretty quick and easy to take that down. Take out the trees. Don't know why, but I was hoping I was going to eat more than that. So I could have had a completely empty trailer. So I could have parked it here, ready for when I buy a bucket and come down and unload that. Right. So we're going to take out some trees along the bottom of them fields because they annoy me that they have grown back. I never even knew trees could grow back. Right, so we're going to have a drive over here first of all. As I say, we're going to shorten the field. I think it's basically all the trees down this bit. So we're going to chop you down. Really? Okay. Apparently the trees don't want to fall. Maybe I need to chop them at a bit more of an angle. Okay, it's weird with the trees on this map. They don't fall down. Okay. Logic-defying trees. So is it just them three? Let's have a look. I'll probably take this one as well. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, those trees don't want to fall over, do they? And obviously there's going to be a couple of fir trees that we sacrifice for the greater good. Probably you. These trees are ridiculous. They don't fall over properly. I'll open this up a bit, obviously, by doing this. You're going to be okay. All of these are going to be okay. Yeah, they're not going to be problems. Right, so we're going to need a brook to get a Brooks to come and clean them up. Remove the stumps and everything. It's a shame that they've not, you know, properly disappeared, fallen over. If I bump them with a tractor, will they fall over? They will. Bump the trees. It's a bit ridiculous, really. I think we did this one, didn't we? Did I do that one? Yeah. And damming up the... Anybody wants to buy a Christmas tree? I know someone who's got some for sale. Really? And then is it this one? Yeah. Oh. Ended up with a tree on top of our heads. Right. That's those ones taken care of. Let's go chop down some of these ones. I'll leave the first one again. And do every other one. I think that's what we agreed on last time, wasn't it? So that means this one. Goodbye, tree. Tree. And then we check out this one. Wow, this tree's special. You can then chop it down at a certain point. And then I'm going to grab the other one over here. Not going to bother with any of the conifers, apart from the one, I think, right here. I think this one's a bit of a problem. Take that one out. And I'm going to also take out this tree here, because I do plan to put a road in. I don't think this has got any worries. One lone tree there, but that field looks okay to me. All the conifers over here are okay. That one there's fine. I'm quite happy. Just need to get a Brooks now and clean all those up. Get them wood chipped. Get the wood chips sold. Right. So we'll take this guy back to the farm, because we don't need him for this, because he can't do this bit of the job, unfortunately. And what I shall do off camera is get the Brooks, get those trees tidied up, disposed of, get the wood chips solded, and then when we come back for the next episode in the series, we'll be ready to start joining those fields together and making one super duper amazing field. And then from there we'll be in a very good spot, because we'll have gained basically 2 more fields, which means 2 more crop harvests. It means I can actually then dedicate that unidentified field back to being grass, which, although we can't harvest yet, can't mow yet, at least it gives it a chance to start growing in. So yeah, thank you for watching the episode, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've liked the expansion to Delores' farm. I hope you've clicked the like button, and I hope you've left any questions, comments, suggestions or feedback in the section down below. And of course, if you're not already doing so, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. So from Delores Flofflebotham and myself, CWATTYESO, we thank you for watching, and we hope you'll come back and join us again for another episode here on the old family farm. For now, from us, it is goodbye.